Hello， 大家好，我是 Master 周，欢迎继续收看我们今天的老版特种部队3.75寸完全测评，本期是第177期。咱们今天介绍的是一款1985年的时候出品的玩具，就是第二个版本的导报线。那么这个版本的话也叫做这个 Listen and Fun， 就是倾听并且得到快乐。那么这个的话呢是孩之宝的一个多媒体的一个尝试。这个玩具的话在发售的时候是配有一盘磁带的。那么跟上次一样，我们今天的话也会在节目的最后是会放出这盘磁带。这盘磁带的话是一个非常长的一个故事，非常有趣，差不多有18分钟左右啊。那么欢迎大家的话进行一个聆听。那么难度的话差不多也是这个中高考这个难度。我们来看一下自己的听力的话有没有这个退步啊。好的，那么这个版本的话呢，其实是这个第二个版本，那么是在85年的时候一个出品。那么其实最早的时候的话，在这个83年的时候，咱们也测评过，就是这一款，这是这个第一个版本的导报线，那么是在83年的时候出品。那么再往后的话呢，在88年的时候还有这么一个飞虎队的这么一个套装啊，那么这是这个第三个版本。那么第三个版本的话，目前还没有测评，咱们下次的话会测评。我们今天现在主要看这一款玩具。好的，那么这个 Listen and Fun 的话，这么一个系列的话，其实不单单出了这个JOE 特种部队的这个导报线，还出了这个变形金刚系列。那么就是这一款这个 Cliff Jumper 这个玩具的话也有来历。这个玩具的话呢，我的购入价格的话呢，简直是令人不可思议和发指啊！我的购入价格只有这个5毛钱美金啊，5毛钱。因为当时的话，我在逛地摊的时候，这些东西的话是放在一堆小车里边的。那卖家的话以为它是一个普通的小车，但是我看到这个标志之后的话呢，就不一样了。那么看到前方这么一个平平的这么一个这个 engine cover 的话呢，我知道它的话呢其实是个 Cliff Jumper， 这是一个 Listen and Fun 版本的，价格的话呢也是不菲。那么另外说一下，我这个导报线的话其实并不是全配，因为我在收的时候是按散盒的价格来收的。当时的话呢是有一小盒玩意儿，那么里边的话有这个配件啊，有人物啊，差不多是5-6个玩具，我是一共花了20块钱美金啊。那么这款的话其实价格也是挺高的，那么对方的话也是把它当成一个普通玩具来卖的。也就是说的话，平均一下这个小人我到手，包括这个背包，它背包我是有的。那么差不多的话，也就是不到5美金左右啊。好的，那么这个玩具的话呢，首先它呢其实是有这个人物卡的，它的人物卡的话呢不在这个玩具的背面，而是在这个纸品的正面啊。我们来看一下，其实特别短的这个章节，那么就在这里，我们来看一下。好了，就这么点儿。My Detector 它是一个扫雷者，代号的话是这 Tripwire， 就是汤线。那么这个我们知道这个 Tripwire 的话，它非常的这个笨手笨脚啊，经常的话呢会这个跌落盘子啊等等啊。好了，那么 Tripwire 它的特长的话呢是这个它熟练北约和华沙的一切的爆炸物以及这个雷管，还有这个爆炸性的武器。那么这个的话就是我们的这个 Tripwire。好了，我们来看一下这个玩具本身啊。首先的话呢，它的这个配件的话呢就是有2个，一个是前方这个扫雷器，扫雷器的话呢其实是跟之前的话呢是一模一样的，只不过它扫雷器的话呢是这种灰白色。我们来看一下啊，那么就是这样的一个细节，咱们前方是有这个具体的介绍的。那么在底下的话，这是一个水平的，然后有一根这个软的这么一个塑料管是连在这个地方，那么进行一个链接啊。那么这个是它的第一个配件。那么第二个配件的话呢，就是它的背包，当然背包里边还有这个地雷啊。我们来看一下，这个背包的话呢是这样的一个配色，跟之前的话呢是有不同。看一下，之前的话呢是这种绿色的，那么之后的话呢也是有不同啊。那么之后的话也是一个颜色的不同了。那么这个的话呢，里边是可以放3枚地雷，我的话呢只有2枚在这个当时买的玩具里边，但是其实这对吧？这个还要什么自行车对不对？已经这么便宜了啊。那我们看一下，这个地雷的话呢是长得这个样子，那么就像是这样一个小鞭炮，然后可以把它的话呢是收纳于这个地方。然后这个背包的话呢，也是具有一定的这个小细节。那么其实这个背包的话呢，是一个83年的时候一个玩具出品，那么还是一个比较简单的。上方的这个小孔的话呢，就是插入这个前方的这个探雷器的这个小管的。那么边上的话也有一定的小细节，可以把它这个放于身后，那么进行一个收纳，就像是这样。好的。我们来看一下这个玩具本身啊，这个玩具的话呢，很多人就是可能一开始的话呢，都觉得这是不是盗版？这个这么艳丽的颜色，是不是这个R3版本？其实并不是啊。那么它的话呢是这个 Listen Fun， 其实还是挺好玩，这个配色我还是挺喜欢的。那么我这个版本的话呢，感觉还是成色非常不错。我们来看一下，那么头盔，这是一个红色的头盔啊，那么还有一个眼镜，非常像这个恐龙特级可赛号里边这个头盔啊。那么这个地方的话是微微这个撅起来这个小嘴啊。好，身上有这么一个这个装甲，那么进行一个简单的一个保护。 那么边上的话呢是一个小的徽章，两边的话呢是这个护手，然后我们看一下，身上没有太多的配件，这边的话有一把小手枪，之前的话呢就是这么一个灰色的一个一体的一个涂装，这边还有一个金色的一个分色，非常的不错。好的，我们来看一下，那么这个是绿色，那么这个的话呢是红色，红配绿啊，那么绝对是好搭档了。然后之后的话呢，还有这个老虎队的一个配色，其实我也是非常的喜欢。那么这个玩具我们来看一下它的可动，它的可动性虽然它是这个85年出品，但是头部的话呢也依然只有一个左右的可动，里边的话没有不能前后俯仰，并不是球形关节。手臂的话呢可以进行绕环，这个地方进行一个曲臂，然后这个地方是一个特别易损的一个小配件，就是这个地方如果即使经常这个把玩的话呢，会有一个肘裂的现象出现。好，腰腹部进行前后的俯仰没有问题，腿部可以进行前踢，可以进行一个微微的侧踢到这样的一个角度，然后可以进行一个屈膝。它的铭文的话呢是在屁股后面写着，我们看一下，写的是这个 Made in Hong Kong， 然后大腿内侧的话呢是有写的时间，它的时间的话呢是1983年，因为这个模具的话呢就是一个之前的一个版本的模具啊。好了，我们让它的话站在这个小地台的上面，然后它的小背包的话呢它背在于身后啊。那这个玩具的话呢，其实主打的话是这个多媒体。那么它的话有一盘磁带，这个磁带的话呢，我也是反复听了几遍，非常有意思的这个冒险的小故事，是这个 Cobra's Revenge， 一共有18分钟。那么待会儿的话，我们就放送这个故事给大家听啊。那么听一听，通过收音机来了解一下这个 GI JOE 的这个故事，那么是一样不同的感觉。好了，我来听一下。
Cobra's Revenge. Cobra.
with USA News. As you know, the President has declared today, the day of the Western World Power Summit, to be a national day of prayer for world peace. Here is a portion of the speech the President gave early this morning. Well, as you know, we are faced with a grave threat from our enemy, Cobra, which has threatened to destroy 10 national capitals if their demand for $10 billion to build their Galaxy Command Station is not delivered to them in gold by noon tomorrow. A special summit of the Western World Power Alliance is meeting in the White House today. Together we will come to a decision on how we will respond to Cobra's threat. There is no need for panic. I will not let a mob of terrorists hold the free world hostage. This threat will be met with a peaceful solution, or I'm not the President of the United States of America. This is Cliff Norman with USA News. You have just heard a portion of the speech the President gave earlier today. The Galaxy Command Station that Cobra so desperately needs funds to build will eventually hold the world hostage from a strategic solar-powered space station. However, there is a more immediate threat. Cobra claims to have missiles aimed at 10 Western national capitals, which they have refused to name. The missiles will be launched at noon tomorrow if $10 billion in gold is not delivered to them. To give Cobra the $10 billion for the Galaxy Command Station means that endless world misery is in our future. To refuse them the money means certain death to thousands of innocent people at noon tomorrow. We can only hope the Western World Power Alliance has a plan to stop the vicious, viperous, and venomous threats of Cobra.
Meanwhile, at G.I. Joe headquarters,
this newsman obviously doesn't know about Operation Change Code.
Yeah, for once the press isn't threatening national security.
If they knew about change code, that newsman would be on his knees right now.
Come on, guys, get off the press's case. They do their job, we do ours.
Yeah, but while they're fighting for freedom of the press, we're fighting to keep them from tipping off Cobra of our top secret plan on the 6 o'clock news.
Cobra hasn't got a chance against our special G.I. Joe sabotage squad. My guess is that Bazooka and Lady J have already scrambled those missile codes.
Yes, sir. Those two are a pair to watch.
Sir, we just got word from the change code squad. They managed to successfully change the missile codes. The missiles are now programmed to hit Cobra's own territory if they don't disarm the missiles in 20 minutes.
Excellent. Inform the Secretary of Defense. Stand by to see if Cobra manages to cancel the attack.
As the commander was saying this, the special G.I. Joe team was informing the Cobra commander of their success. Bazooka, the G.I. Joe missile specialist, was doing the talking.
Commander, you have exactly 20 minutes to disarm your missiles, or you will be marshmallows in the morning.
You can't bluff me, you cowards! Do you really expect me to believe such an impossible threat?
Show him an updated attack map. Go on, see for yourself.
The Cobra commander instructed one of his soldiers to ask the computer for an updated map.
I don't believe it! You've tampered with the computer and programmed in a fake map! Oh, what a cheap trick!
He was enraged. The Cobra targets had been replaced by flashing red stars placed in the various key locations of Cobra strongholds. Some were the very allies who were to sell Cobra the equipment needed to build their Galaxy command stations.
Why don't you ask your computer how cheap our trick is? It might be more expensive than you think.
Scan the memory banks and see if any information has been programmed from the outside.
Yes, Commander. The only thing I see, Commander, is an internal update made at 0700, which revises the missile targets to hit 10 locations of the Cobra Alliance. The map is no fake, sir.
Don't just sit there, you sniveling twit! Disarm the missiles immediately!
Yes, Commander.
Everyone in the Cobra command station wildly went about carrying out their commander's frantic orders.
Come on, it's time for us to disappear. Our job is finished.
That was Lady J. She is a smooth lady with a knack for disappearing into the woodwork, a real plus to any intelligence team.
Are you sure the computer is programmed to self-destruct once the missiles are dead?
I'm sure. Let's get out of here while our snaky friends are busy.
One more strike against Cobra.
I have a feeling it won't be our last.
The G.I. Joe Change Code Squad easily escaped from the Cobra command station and made for the transport waiting to take them to safety.
This is Cliff Norman with USA News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled program for an important news bulletin.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States.
Well, my fellow Americans, Cobra's ploy has been defeated. Exactly 5 minutes ago, I received a message from G.I. Joe headquarters. A top secret plan called Operation Change Code has been successfully accomplished. A brave and daring team of G.I. Joes managed to reprogram Cobra's missiles. Cobra has now disarmed those missiles to avert an attack against their own battle stations. There is no longer a threat to any nation. I repeat, there is no longer a threat of any kind. Thanks to the rapid maneuvering of our G.I. Joes, children can play, mothers can sleep at night, and fathers can know their families will live to see tomorrow. Thank you, G.I. Joe. We salute you. Freedom reigns in the Western world.
What a sorry piece of sentimental sniffery. Dry your eyes, Mr. President. Save your tears for Cobra's revenge. We won't be humiliated by your G.I. Joes. The Western World Power Alliance will pay dearly. I'll see to that. Personally.
While their enemies were celebrating their victory, the Cobra Army was at work on their dastardly plan of revenge. Later that night, a coded message was sent to a U.S. spy from Cobra's Crimson Guard. Then the commander himself boarded a commercial plane headed for Washington, D.C. The commander was in a dark and dangerous mood. The mood at G.I. Joe headquarters was much different than that at Cobra's.
A toast to the team that has crushed Cobra! To the team! To the team!
Listen, you know we were only doing our job. There's no reason to call us heroes.
That's right. And everyone knows what vipers they are. We may have knocked out their attack plan, but they're bound to strike again.
Come on, quit being so optimistic, you two. Relax. They're going to need time to regroup after this one. I hear the president is holding his summit an extra day to discuss how to stop Cobra's threats once and for all. He's determined to put an end to the terror they love to create.
I just have a bad feeling about this. That's all.
Her feeling was more than bad. It was right on target. At that very moment, a deadly group of Cobra's Crimson Guard was meeting to carry out a plan of revenge. While Washington was sleeping, Cobra was very much awake.
This is Cliff Norman with USA News. The Western World Power Alliance is meeting for one more day in the White House. They plan to review the events of the past week and discuss ways to keep Cobra from another threat to world peace. USA News would like to join with the American people in thanking G.I. Joe for saving us from disaster. We mean it. Thanks, G.I. Joe.
At G.I. Joe headquarters, trouble was on the horizon. Back from her top-secret mission, Lady J was back on her job as personnel clerk at headquarters. She had bad news.
He may be thanking us too soon.
What do you mean, Jay?
I just got a message from White House security. 10 guards were found knocked out this morning. They had been gassed.
You don't think?
Yes, I do. It has Cobra written all over it.
Ask permission to send a squad over to the White House. Inform the president that there might be a serious threat to security.
Every leader of the Western World Power Alliance is in there.
I know, and so does Cobra.
Sir, we just received the following message. Cobra has planted landmines all around the White House grounds. They plan to activate them at noon today. It's 11:55 now, sir.
Clear the White House grounds. We've got 5 minutes.
We've got to get the president and the alliance out of the White House. Bazooka's in there, too.
There's not time. Jay, get Tripwire over there to defuse those mines.
He's got a sprained ankle. He slipped in the shower yesterday.
I wish he'd be more careful. I can't believe we let that guy near explosives.
You know he's smooth as glass when he gets around explosives. He's the best we've got.
But he only has one good leg.
I'd rather have Tripwire with one good leg than 2 men with 4 good legs.
Very well, sir.
We've received another message from Cobra, sir. They claim there's a bomb planted in the White House.
Tell Tripwire to find out where those mines are quick and get past them to that bomb. We'll defuse the mines later.
Bazooka is in the White House. He was briefing the alliance on yesterday's attack on Cobra headquarters. He will locate the bomb.
Good. Someone find that Cobra commander who instigated this plan. He got on a commercial airliner, and I don't know how that lizard slid past security.
I knew he would try to save his skin after we humiliated him in front of all his Cobra allies.
Stop all planes from leaving any eastern city. We're going to trap that reptile.
While the G.I. Joes were tracking the Cobra commander and searching for the hidden bomb, Tripwire was alone on the White House grounds, fighting for the lives of the Western Alliance with every step. Tripwire had to get to that bomb.
I've got to get to that bomb, but one false step and I'll set off one of those landmines. I don't know how Cobra managed to get so many of these things planted without our knowing it. If we don't pull this one off, G.I. Joe's name is dirt.
All communication between Tripwire and G.I. Joe headquarters had been cut off until he reached the White House. Alone, with no voice to listen to but his own, Tripwire slowly planted one foot in front of the other, dodging Cobra's cleverly planted mines. His sprained ankle slowed him down, and his whole body screamed to run and get to that bomb before it was too late.
I'm only halfway there. It's taken me half an hour to get this far, and the bomb's going to blow in 20 minutes. I've got to get there on time. I'll have to move faster.
With sweat pouring down his face, he grimaced with pain, picked up his pace, and moved forward. His head ached from intense concentration. He knew that every step could be his last.
I can't let the Alliance down.
We interrupt your regularly scheduled program with a special news bulletin. This is Cliff Norman.
Oh, shut up, Biff. Hello, America. This is Cobra.
The Cobra commander had stormed into the TV studio demanding airtime. His request was granted, as he had brought 10 Cobra soldiers with him. They had death in their eyes and machine guns in their hands.
In a short while, your glorious White House will be a pile of cold ashes. I have planted landmines around the White House and put a bomb in the White House to blow up the ridiculous press president of yours. The rest of the Western Alliance leaders will blow up with him. Who knows? Maybe I'll run for president when he is gone. Back to you, Biff.
It's Cliff, not Biff. Cliff Norman.
Back at G.I. Joe headquarters, everyone was furious.
Get him! Cobra must not get away with this.
Yeah, and he called Cliff Norman Biff.
I want that snake alive and squirming.
Sir, Bazooka has located the bomb. They weren't lying. It will go off in 10 minutes. He wants to know if he should try to defuse it.
No, tell him to stand by. Let's give Tripwire more time.
Come on, Tripwire. I don't know how you're going to do it, but you've got to.
Tripwire had 20 yards to go to get to the entrance to the White House. His head was aching, his ankle throbbing, and his heart pounding.
The mines are getting less dense. I guess they never dreamed I'd make it this far. Cobra has given us our only hope. Now I can make up for lost time.
Tripwire got closer and closer to the White House. Everyone inside was holding their breath, watching his every move. 15 feet, 10 feet, 5 feet, 2 feet, the steps.
Ouch.
I can't believe it. He managed to dodge 100 mines and he trips on the steps.
Tripwire, are you all right?
I believe I have a sprained wrist, sir.
How is he going to defuse the bomb?
Tripwire, how are you going to defuse the bomb?
With one hand, sir.
Tripwire dashed into the White House. Bazooka met him, and they raced to where the bomb had been planted. Several members of the Western Alliance followed.
Are you sure you can do this with one hand?
Watch me.
They watched him. Every meticulous move he made brought them closer to safety. Every second that ticked away took them closer to death. The seconds rushed by. Tripwire examined the wiring with painstaking slowness. The silence was maddening. 5, 4, 3, 2...
Tell the president his house is safe.
Tripwire clipped the final wire and held it up with a big grin on his face. There was nervous laughter and sighs of relief.
Now for those landmines.
Tripwire and a team of explosive experts worked through the night under special floodlights defusing the mines. By morning, the job had been done. That is, every job except one.
I have bad news, sir.
What is it?
The Cobra commander has slipped away. We weren't able to stop him or capture any of the Crimson Guard.
What?
Our radar detected a submarine leaving U.S. waters 5 minutes ago. It was Cobra.
I can't believe it.
Sir, the president just called to thank us for a job well done.
Did you tell him about the enemy getting away?
Yes, sir. He said he was just glad to be alive. He said we'll get Cobra the next time.
What a guy.
What was that?
Tripwire. He ran into the door and hit his head.
Hey, Tripwire. Nice black eye. I hear the president's going to award you with a gold star for bravery.
I was just doing my job. I'm only a hero, sir. No need to thank me.
He's right. It's not the gold star that counts. It's the lives he saved that are important. Good job, Tripwire.
Thank you, sir. If you will excuse me, sir, I'm taking a few days' leave.
Where are you going?
To the hospital, sir.
Once again, the world is a safe place to be, thanks to the G.I. Joe team of experts. G.I. Joe, a real American hero.